How's it going, Screen Queens? Welcome to Screen Cheeks, the only show where we're not monkeying around. We're talking about Jumanji. Welcome to the jungle.
Yikes.
So here we are, Jumanji 2. It's been 20 years in the making. What do you think of Jumanji? The original, not the new one.
So the original Jumanji was a staple movie in my childhood, but it was extremely traumatizing. I'm not going to say it was a cinematic masterpiece, but it was a lot of fun. And Robin Williams, can't go wrong there.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. So I would say on my current standards, Jumanji, the original, would only be about a 7, if that, maybe a 6.
I think that's very fair.
Yeah.
Jumanji, for me, I think everyone's seen it as a child. I remember very little of it. Just remember that it scared the hell out of me.
Yep.
So wasn't too worried when they announced a sequel. I didn't really care too much. Zathura was pretty much a reboot of the original, so Zathura was alright.
Real good movie.
Zathura was alright. So here we are, 2018. We got a sequel to Jumanji. Oh boy, do we got a sequel to Jumanji. So, so the movie opens.
The movie opens.
Yes, it does. The movie opens. The movie opens with the Sony logo. Never a good thing to see nowadays.
Big mistake.
And then we cut to a shot of the beach where the Jumanji board game is discovered by some yuppie, and he takes it home to his son, a long-haired individual who wears Metallica t-shirts, who then proceeds to say, "Who plays board games anymore, bro? It's all about video games now." The camera then pans onto the Jumanji board game as if it could understand that someone was talking shit about it, and then it transforms into a video game overnight, thus sucking the cool Metallica bro into the video game world and kickstarting our adventure. Cut to 20 years later, and we see a young individual playing Capcom's Street Fighter V, a exclusive for the Sony PlayStation 4 system. We also get some great gamer dialogue out of that scene. Block, shuffle, uppercut, all things that I have said as a gamer myself, aloud to myself in my bedroom. Then we cut to a couple other characters, get them established. We see that there's a fridge, a black man who plays football, but who's not academically inclined. Come on, Sony. Then we cut to a young Instagram-loving teen taking a selfie in the morning. And then we don't meet the girl until later.
But she comes in.
Anyway,
she's your typical hot nerd.
We get all kinds of extremely...
We get a good mix of characters.
We get a good mix of characters, but we also get an extremely cringy attempt at teenage dialogue. Lots of stuff about how PE is stupid. I don't even know. The first several scenes in this movie are so forgettable that it doesn't even matter.
Things get good when all of this motley crew land themselves in detention. All together, conveniently.
All on the same day.
All doing the same thing.
They are all assigned by the principal to clean out the basement, where they discover, for some reason, someone has donated what appears to be an Atari to a high school, and they kept it in the basement. And so, of course, Gamer Bro decides to plug it in and play some games with his friends.
And that game was
Jumanji,
Street Fighter V.
an exclusive for your Sony PlayStation 4 system. A really fantastic piece of hardware. Don't forget to sign up for the PlayStation Plus membership, where you get access to all kinds of wonderful indie titles every month. So anyway, they get sucked into the Atari and are thrust into the wonderful world of Jumanji.
Where they get to become new characters.
Yes.
Except the only person... Sorry, go on. We'll get to that later.
So yes, of course, they're given a character select screen. They select their characters, and then they are sucked into the world of Jumanji, where now they have to battle against the jungle and also some creepy guy.
The main kid, played by Nat Wolff. Do you remember his name?
It's not Nat Wolff, it's like a Nat Wolff clone.
That's Nat Wolff.
That is not Nat Wolff.
Give me my phone.
Swear to God, it's not Nat Wolff.
Then it's Nat Wolff's brother.
It's Nat Wolff's brother. You're right.
I know my Naked Brothers band. Okay, we're done.
Anyway.
I was correct, it was a Naked Brother.
So
okay,
our nerdy main
over.
character ends up becoming Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Our football-playing African-American individual becomes Kevin Hart. Our nerdy girl becomes Karen Gillan, Gillan, the dad bait of the film, and also our young, beautiful, Instagram-loving teenage female ends up in the body of a middle-aged, overweight man, played by Jack Black.
This was the best scene of the movie, and I'm not being ironic.
No, definitely.
This was a very strong scene. I really appreciated the Jack Black. Just Jack Black. Jack Black was great.
I would say Jack Black is both the highlight and the weakness of the film. The written lines for Jack Black are absolutely awful, while the stuff that he very clearly improvised was actually very funny. Seeing Jack Black do Teenage Girl was not something that I was expecting to be so good, but when it works really well. And Jack Black, for me, is the only reason to see this movie.
And that's exactly where you could draw the line as far as positives of this movie goes. What's interesting to me was every character had great transformation in their character change except for Fridge. He was all he did was change size and structure. But his personality was the same and he never had any growth.
Well,
he never grew as a character.
His personality changed from
big, tall, loud to small, little, loud.
Well, when he's a person, he doesn't speak like Kevin Hart. I think that would have gone a long way for them to kind of sync up. Maybe have Fridge act like Kevin Hart in real life before he's sucked into the game. So that way it's not like...
Because we know Kevin Hart can't act. It would have had to be on the kid. Because Kevin Hart...
It would have had to be
Kevin Hart has one dimension, and that's
Kevin
loud,
Hart always
screamy,
Kevin Hart.
sad.
Not anything against
No, he's
Kevin
funny.
Hart.
He's a funny
guy.
Of
course, Kevin Hart's great.
You can't say we love him.
In this movie, he does not act.
Maybe he acts.
But
he's funny. He's
gonna be in, and that's fine. But every other...
I feel like every single other kid and their character seemed up, because I'm even thinking about Carrie Gillan, her reference to but she's very much not how she was in the movie. She's irritating in the movie in the fight. So I really like her. And the reason why is because her and that girl got better. And it's something a lot. She does like her. She's good. And her question is like,
She should get stronger. To it's a visa. And it's all the her and that so there's some people that play that on us. How do I pull up? Don't say she's more hair so much. You like it's okay to us. Or just need to sign them. Because if you and have life.
But yeah, it's normally the where we in. And usually I think that forever. We never been. You don't want people to know you go potty. Hang on. Why wasn't that kid Nick Jonas?
He was.
I know, but why wasn't he Nick Jonas in the opening scene?
Because that's his character in the game.
Oh. Yeah. Edit that out.
I'm editing that in.
No.